We're back with Hugh Grant. This role, a departure, I think, from the way we first saw you. I think a lot of us got to know you from rom-coms, but you had a pre-rom-com career that was more in line with this kind of movie.
Well...
Darker material.
Well, there was a lot of weird stuff, but not because I was brave and chose it. It was just the only work I got. And yeah, there was only one horror film. I mean, some of the others were horrifying because they were so bad, but they weren't actually horror films.
Do you feel like you were the kind of actor who knew they were bad while you were making them, or did you have to
I knew.
Okay, yeah. And do you think the people that worked with you knew that you knew?
Very much so. Very much so, yeah. It took me a long time to get out of that and to get better, actually.
Well, the producers of this film talked about like how you actually put a ton of research into this character, and all jokes aside, you really did work out the backstory for him, and this is the approach you have to the craft now.
Yeah, I've gone mad. I spend weeks, months building up a huge biography of these characters. I know everything about them. I know everything, you know, what their mother had for breakfast, everything. I don't know if it helps at all, but it soothes me. The older I get, the more nervous I get when films are looming, and it seems to calm me down.
Well, that's good. I think any part of the process that calms you down is good and helpful.
It's better than lorazepam.
You did an interview recently where you talked about that rom-com era and how you sort of, I don't know, like leaned into it a little bit, and you would give interviews and you called it your, was it Mr. Stuttery Blinky?
Yes. Well, there I was doing nonsense jobs for, you know, I can't remember, 10 years or something, and then suddenly, out of the blue, 4 Weddings happens, and I'm suddenly, you know, offered lots of very lucrative and exciting work. And I made the terrible mistake of thinking, well, if that's the person they like in films, where I'm all, gosh, hi, yes, I love you, I'll just be like that in interviews as well. And quite rightly, on the back of that, people started to loathe me. At least in Britain, they did.
But then I mean, it does seem like this is a very exciting era for you. Certainly as an audience member, it's fun. You're playing more villainous roles. You're playing the sort of things I don't think anybody would have predicted for you.
Yeah, I play strange, misshapen weirdo.
Yeah. Well, this is, again, you were just in the last couple of years, Tony the Tiger, Oompa Loompa.
See, again, I think this is challenging for my wife. Her last husband, she was married before, was a ski champion, and now she's married to that.
That's not fair. I mean, I'm never joking when I talk about how much I loved Paddington 2, and I know you're not joking when you share your appreciation for that film as well.
I do love that film.
It's great.
Yeah.
And there's a Paddington 3, and you return, you do a small cameo.
In the end credits.
And was this something that they asked you?
Yes, I have to be begged.
Okay.
Yeah. I love to be begged.
But and I read something else that blew my mind. So, you know, Paddington 2 ends with this giant dance scene. It's lovely.
Yeah.
That was the first day of shooting.
On that film, for the first day for me, yes.
That seems like, you know, the culmination of your character. It must have been so hard to start that way.
Yes, it was brutal. But at least it came out manly. It's not camp, is it?
No.
No, good, okay.
Yeah, you're very scary in that film.
I agree.
Yeah. To this day, it's very. When somebody, because of the breadth of work you've done, can you tell based on how a person's approaching you on the street what film they're going to talk to you about?
Yes, I think so. I mean, a lot of ladies have seen Notting Hill and things like that, and there you go. And then a lot of weird, odd-looking men have seen The Lair of the White Worm.
Yeah.
You know, people who take a lot of drugs, like you.
Yeah. I used to work in a video store, you know, the old, you know, people come and take the cassettes. And there was a kind of guy that would rent Lair of the White Worm. And you knew, I feel like I knew everything about him based on that. And they might even rent it again a couple weeks later.
Yeah, maybe. I did have a stalker, and I went to, what's that thing, Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I was stalked for 3 days by a man dressed as a hot dog. And at first it was funny, then it was frightening.
Did he ever?
And what I wanted to know is what film had he liked so much.
And you never found out?
No, I never found out.
Wow.
Well, I had to call the police.
And you can't like call the police and be like, and just while you're detaining him, if you don't mind asking, of my work, what is most fair? There's also a new trailer just dropped for Bridget Jones 4. And, and I know, I mean, you know, the first film, obviously, you got to work with Colin Firth, and I know you have nothing but nice things to say about him all the time.
Poor Colin. They're still wheeling him out. No, it's fine. It's nice. It's nice to give the old boy some work.
Oh, yeah, it's really nice. So it's sort of charitable. When we see Colin Firth in films, we should see that as an act of charity. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and actually, he looks fine. He's had a lot of work done. And maybe I shouldn't say that, but it's brilliant work.
It really
Whoever did it.
Yeah, really. Yeah. You know what? He has incredible taste, and he got the right person.
I think so. And he's great with his makeup. He does his own.
What a delight to have you back. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Heretic is in theaters now. We'll be right back with Jonathan Bailey.